Dude, you have to watch this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, alright? This guy's content, Patrick CC, he makes really good content. It's really good.
This is a photo of Jay-Z and Alicia Keys during their iconic 2009 VMA performance. But notice Jay-Z's face. He is angry, borderline disgusted. That's because standing next to him is a fan who is not supposed to be on that stage. This fan is a rapper named Lil Mama, who just made the biggest mistake of her entire life. Lil Mama intensely looks Jay in the face. She loves this song and wants to let him know. He swats her leg, basically telling her to get off the stage, but she doesn't listen. This performance was the grand finale of the night, with 9 million live viewers watching around the world. In its final moments, Lil Mama crosses her arms and leans up against the duo as if she performed the entire song. She exits Radio City Music Hall smiling ear to ear. She is on top of the world, but she doesn't realize that she just sabotaged one of the most powerful men in the music industry, and her career is about to come crashing down. The 2009
Man, that John dope. Bye-bye. Jesus, man.
MTV Video Music Awards was the most chaotic award show in history. But most of you probably don't remember Lil Mama's moment because the most notorious award show interruption of all time happened just 1 hour before, which overshadowed everything that happened afterwards. Pop sensation Shakira and Twilight superstar Taylor Lautner hit the stage to present the VMA for Best Female Video. The nominees are Lady Gaga, Poker Face, Kelly Clarkson, My Life Would Suck Without You, Beyonce, Single Ladies, Taylor Swift, You Belong With Me, Katy Perry, Hot and Cold, and Pink.
Hot and Cold.
Female video.
Hot and Cold wins that. Hot and Cold wins that.
Who goes to Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift secured her very first VMA, a
shot.
moment she had dreamed of her whole life. But before she was able to give her acceptance speech, Kanye West runs on stage and snatches the mic out of her hand.
I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Beyonce is confused. She didn't know Kanye would rush the stage, nor did she want him to defend her. The crowd begins booing and Taylor stands there in shock, unable to process what just happened. The crowd gives Taylor a standing ovation because they realize Ye just stole this important moment away from her. But unfortunately, they cut to commercial and shooed her off stage, where she broke down in tears in the green room. Kanye's stunt would basically be for nothing because Beyonce won the award for Video of the Year later on in the evening. And instead of giving her acceptance...
Yeah, I think this is confusing. I think artists of that size, right? Guys, of all awards to win and shit, right? Of all things to get, right? With the amount of success that they have, I would think these achievements or like these things are kind of trivial to them. Guys, they get awards and praise like across the board. An MTV award, like, I understand, but at the same time, I don't know.
Acceptance speech, they invited Taylor back to the stage so she could have her moment. Although this incident would spark a decade-long feud, it seemed like Beyonce's damage control righted Kanye's wrongs for tonight. And just 5 minutes after Bey and Taylor left the stage, Jay-Z and Alicia Keys walked out to cap off the night with an iconic performance. And just before they hit the stage, a quick word from our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. Underdog is the 5-week collaboration. Me. So rep your team, make your own picks with Underdog. Jay and Alicia were set to perform their collaboration, Empire State of Mind, which was an absolute smash hit in 2009, spending 5 weeks at the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100. This song is truly a timeless classic that inspires and uplifts. Alicia's powerful vocal presence will send chills down your forearms. Jay-Z's unmistakable New York swagger will have you feeling more confident than you ever have. If you're not from New York City, you felt like you were after hearing that song. Plus, the VMAs were being held in New York City, making the performance all the more special. It's also important to consider that these two were both in the latter half of their careers. This was Alicia Keys' fourth and final #1 hit song. She was only 28 years old, but had been popular for nearly a decade. With her being such an amazing vocalist, she didn't fit in well with the overly auto-tuned music that was starting to dominate the radio. This was also Jay-Z's fourth and final #1 hit song. Jay was already a 13-year veteran in the music industry by 2009, having released 11 albums with his best work behind him. It's not like he was washed up, but this song being dedicated to his home city, a city that embraced him and was pivotal to his success as a rapper, felt like a graceful bow out as the 39-year-old real.
Chat, here's a guys, you guys are gonna hate me for this take. Jay-Z's music or just him, bad, so bad. It's just
realized his classical lyrical hip-hop style did not fit in with the direction rap was heading. Metaphorically speaking, this
there's a hit here and there, but it doesn't strike me as like the centerpiece of that. But I get that there's more to the music than just him rapping. There's the whole thing bad. Sorry.
Song and performance was like him saying, "Thanks for everything. Here's one last celebration."
This guy replies in chat and says, "You're white." Well,
no, he isn't. No, he's not.
How do you know that?
So for Lil Mama to interrupt that moment was more destructive than she could have imagined. These performances take multiple days, sometimes weeks of rehearsal, so every move they make is calculated. Jay was killing it, Alicia's vocals sounded amazing, and it was seemingly going to be the magical finale they both envisioned. But then Lil Mama felt a little too inspired. Additional video footage was released that showed Beyonce actually tried to grab Lil Mama and prevent her from rushing the stage. Not again, she's probably thinking.
Oh man.
Brother, that means that she knew exactly what was going on, right? She probably even telegraphed that she was doing it. And she probably was even told not to do it before.
To grab Lil Mama and prevent her from rushing the stage. Not again, she's probably thinking.
Oh,
the 19-year-old hits the stage. Jay looks at her confused as this was not a part of the rehearsal. He maintains his composure, but slaps her leg hoping she will scram. But she doesn't. Alicia hits her final note, the song concludes, and the crowd erupts into applause. Lil Mama mimics their closing pose, as if they had done the entire performance as a trio. Jay throws his arm around Alicia and turns his back to Mama, hoping the camera angle cropped her out. At the moment she didn't realize it, but Lil Mama just interrupted a performance that was deeply special to a man that had the power to obliterate her career. A backstage source told gossip bloggers Rush and Malloy that Jay-Z was extremely unhappy with the situation. He went ballistic. He was screaming at the MTV producers about the lack of security. He apparently thought at first she was just a fan. Beyonce finally calmed him down. Although this is just a rumor, someone may have gotten word to Lil Mama that Jay was pissed, because she did an interview the very next day with MTV trying to explain herself.
Oh, please don't.
And Rush is just pumping. He comes on stage and he's singing New York. And you know, Alicia Keys is going, she's like, the big lights will inspire you. And really, I got emotional. I actually got emotional. I felt like, yeah. New York, Jay. And I started to feel like, I started to feel him, and I started to feel myself. And I just felt the energy, and I got up, and I started walking towards the stage, and I got up.
Bro, there's nothing that, like, Beyonce didn't feel that, or, like, nobody felt that. Like, why did she feel so unique? Is like, she's the only one in the entire room that felt this way, dude. So she had to be the only one on stage, dude.
And I was just like rooting him on.
She just had to.
With Lil Mama being born in Brooklyn, New York, it's no surprise that this song, this moment, inspired her deeper than most. But she was not making an excuse. She wanted to say sorry for her interruption.
In any way, Jay-Z or Alicia
Man,
Keys
that was
felt
something.
offended, I want to apologize to both of you. I actually would love to have a one-on-one, because I felt like I was being felt. Even on the stage at that moment, I felt like it was a bond.
Lil Mama didn't mean any disrespect, and in the moment, she thought that they were vibing with her on stage. It was only until she rewatched the clip on the internet that she realized her mistake.
No shots.
Wow. Jay-Z wasn't feeling that. Jay-Z feels like I disrespected him as opposed to praising him.
That awkward moment when she was the only one that felt the bond. She should have kept that energy in her damn seat, LMAO. Her apology seemed genuine, but people couldn't help but feel secondhand embarrassment, which often led to her being...
Chat, intentions are irrelevant, chat, when the result is this fucking...
Dude, this has to be one of the most embarrassing things you can ever do, man. Oh, man. Imagine being her. That must be rough, man.
Bad, chat, guys. Intentions on it, like, okay, yeah, I get what you were trying to do, whatever, right? When it's that far away from the result, it's irrelevant.
Bullied in the hip-hop community. Lil Mama is a performer herself, and at that point had already done dozens of concerts. What if an upcoming artist she barely knew inserted themselves into her performance, let alone during an award show in front of all of her peers and 9 million live viewers at home? But the rumors that Jay was upset would be confirmed when he was interviewed on the Angie Martinez radio show just 2 weeks after the VMAs.
I just thought like it was a... You know, I would never, me personally, I would never do that. I would never have the nerve to do that.
I don't think anybody would.
It's just like someone's up there performing. Like we worked, we went to rehearsals and we did run-throughs and we worked really hard at the performance to put on the show for people, you know, and to interrupt that moment for us, you know. I don't think that was the right thing to do. I actually thought it was the equivalent to what Kanye did to Taylor Swift, but nobody really talked about that because I'm not a little sweet girl from the middle of America.
Jay says that Lil Mama's interruption was equivalent to Kanye's interruption, but he thinks that no.
Guys, it's not, guys. I don't think it's security's fault. I actually disagree with a lot of chat. Guys, people that are front stage or like all like famous and shit, they're all party event, they're all invited, handpicked. Nobody thinks, guys, major security is right melee range with all the celebrities because one of them might jump on stage. Bro, chill. Okay, chill the fuck out.
Nobody cares about him, that he should just deal with his performance being interrupted while Taylor was receiving this outpouring of sympathy from the world.
You angry?
Yeah, I was a little angry, yeah, to be honest. But you know, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fight little mama?
You look crazy.
Yeah, we would tussle with her.
You would have took Kanye's headline right away from him.
Mama kept doing press about this moment, going on talk shows like Tyra Banks, continuing to express her deepest apologies.
So I would definitely apologize because that wasn't my intent. Yeah. Never to be disrespectful to anyone. I've always been a respectful young woman in this industry. People know me for that. And they just be like, you know, we like Lil Mama.
Unfortunately for her, the damage was already done. Everything she worked for was for nothing. Now, most of you probably know Lil Mama for this moment and her breakout single, Lip Gloss. But her first taste of the spotlight came from being featured on the official...
Chat, that gave me a fucking, Will Smith's husband, fucking triggered it.
Remix for Avril Lavigne's Girlfriend. She quickly became a teen sensation, dubbed the voice of the young people. Her song Lip Gloss was a jovial, kids bop style banger that debuted at number 95 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 2007. Then 2 weeks later, it moved all the way to the number 10 spot. Lip Gloss did get some hate from the hip-hop community, but that's to be expected. The song was literally designed for kids. But her second single was a little too cringe. G-Slide samples the nursery rhyme, Wheels on the Bus. But just as she was building momentum, tragedy struck for Lil Mama. Her mother, Tara Kirkland, sadly passed away after losing a 4-year-long battle with cancer. Lil Mama recalls, "She didn't look sick. She didn't act sick. She still had her energy and smile and was always loving and sensitive." Kirkland was able to see her mother just 6 days before her passing, as she was gearing up to open for Chris Brown and T-Pain on tour. Just before their show in Atlanta, her father broke the news to the 18-year-old. "I couldn't feel. I couldn't cry. I was in a daze. It was a shocking moment." She was just 18 years old when she lost her mother, but she didn't have time to cope or grieve. She had a career she needed to build. So Lil Mama got back on the road and released her second biggest single ever, Shawty Get Loose, featuring Chris Brown and T-Pain, which scored her second number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100. Her debut album, released in 2008, peaking at number 25 in the US and charting in multiple other countries.
The track's garbage.
No doubt this was a decent success, but she actually gained way more notoriety from her remix of Lil Wayne's A Milli. Now, her bars were just okay, but her fierce delivery and extreme confidence really...
Okay, guys, what the fuck?
A Milli. Now, her bars were just okay, but her fierce delivery and extreme confidence really stood out as there was a...
Chad, don't... You're gonna make me play it, dude? Oh... It's not even that bad. It's still bad. Okay, never mind. Oh, hold on. Okay, no, she cooked.
Lack of female rappers in 2008. He even brought her on stage at the Powerhouse Music Festival to perform her remix in front of thousands. Lil Mama had the full package to be a star. She could rap, she could dance, which landed her a consistent job as a judge on America's Next Best Dance Crew from 2008 to 2012. She could even sing too. Unfortunately, because of her mishap with Jay-Z, nobody respected her. Since the VMA incident, people suspected that she was blackballed from the music industry.
Doesn't matter. Because I hate these words that people use. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. If you put out quality content and you still produce shit that people want to consume, right? There's a way. Okay, brother, That's just the way it goes.
From the music industry. Being blackballed essentially means that you won't get any press, you won't get any radio play, you won't get booked for shows, and definitely not get recognized by award shows like the VMAs or Grammys. And you get blackballed not because you aren't talented, but because you made enemies with someone in high places. There have been rumors that Jay-Z used his power to spread word throughout the industry not to work with Lil Mama, and the timeline matches up, because afterwards, her music career was over. Now, this could be nothing, but I noticed her Billboard profile has been erased.
Like
pretty much any artist who has had a Hot 100 or any Billboard charting song or album will have a page dedicated to them. Lil Mama doesn't anymore. I was able to find a screenshot from 2021 that shows her old profile and credits her 2 songs that both reached number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100, but now her page disappeared, almost like someone's trying to erase her history. The hate was stronger than ever. She was brutally booed off stage at Webster Hall in New York City.
I mean, Jesus, dude, even the fucking beat stopped. Even the DJ fucking booed it. Like, what the fuck is going on? Just talking in a mic.
But the hate and attitude towards Lil Mama couldn't be expressed any clearer than Charlemagne the God, who tried as hard as he could to break her down while interviewing her. In the very beginning of her radio interview with The Breakfast Club, Charlemagne questioned Lil Mama's musical talent and cockiness due to the lack of accomplishments.
You actually have to accomplish a lot more before you come off as cocky as
But I didn't come off as cocky. I come off as confident. I believe in God. And I'm not going to come up to a radio station or anywhere else and let anybody strip me of my pride.
It seemed like Charlemagne took Lil Mama saying, "I'm not going to let anyone strip me of my pride," as a challenge, because he continued making disrespectful comments regarding her career.
It's a record that we released for the fans. It's viral, radio, everywhere.
Well, you need a better internet team.
It's perfect.
You need a better internet team on Team Period, because I've never heard of that record.
Well, you gotta look it up. You're not checking for me. You looking for Jay-Z and Alicia Keys for me.
I check for everybody. The last headline we saw about Little Mama. Little Mama says Nicki Minaj stole her style.
Yep. Of course. All right, so what headlines are you...
Lil Mama stayed strong, so CTG started to get petty, insulting the way she looked.
I can definitely see the similarities. You know what, dude? Okay, please, guys, please don't cancel me. Okay, guys, I know there's a lot of barbs out there. Barbaras, whatever the fuck they're called. Listen, love y'all. Okay? I can see the similarities, though. I can see it.
Yeah, chill out, Jurassic Park, Tyrannosaurus Rex, prehistoric face.
It seemed like she wasn't giving in, and even her team was in the background unhappy with Charlemagne's comments.
I'm sitting there trying to tell her the truth. Y'all the ones who be lying to...
Because they're both dog shit. Does that make sense? Because one was dog shit, and one copied the dog shit. You understand?
Little Mama.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
Nobody's for Little Mama.
It's a joke.
Nah, I feel you, though.
It's the joke, man.
Envy, am I lying? You one of the biggest DJs out of Envy. Is anybody checking for Little Mama? Tell the truth. When the last time somebody said, "Yo, play a Little Mama record in the club"?
Not at this present time.
When the last time I put out a record?
You just said you got so much music out.
Yo, see, now he's
That's
playing.
what she said.
But ultimately, he got the best of her, and she broke down.
Well, I mean,
when I was
dude,
17 years old, I put out an album while my mother was dying of cancer. That right there alone is a struggle. That's hard. That's tough for anybody. My music will speak for itself. My actions will speak for itself. My mother will...
Okay, chat, guys, I'm gonna come off as insensitive. Okay. Nobody cares, and I'll tell you why. Because this isn't American Idol, okay, or something where like you come in with a fucking life story and then something, and it plays one into the other. Okay, if people out there on radio, YouTube, internet, play your music, they want to consume your music, right? Oh, people didn't consume the music as much. Oh well, guys, well here's my backstory. Okay, nobody gives a fuck. So, because people don't go back and play the song because of that story. No, like, it doesn't apply like that. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Proud. My father will be proud.
I think you got to
know how that works.
And I think you should tell it, and stop focusing on the gimmicks and stop letting people
make
you out to be a caricature. Because right now you're like a caricature yourself.
His attempt to try and be understanding and empathetic at the end came off as disingenuous, which can be confirmed when he later admitted that he went into the interview with the intention of making Lil Mama cry.
I told him the day before. Didn't I tell you, Angela, we was in the bar, we was drinking.
I'm done looking at that.
Didn't I tell you that?
You doesn't make it right?
But he has...
Lil Mama was beaten up by the music industry, ridiculed and mocked. She apologized time and time again, but it was never good enough for anyone. What's crazy about this situation is Alicia Keys finally responded almost a decade later. She didn't even really seem to care.
Kanye did a bunch of dog shit, trash, okay, here and there. In the past, a bunch of mistakes. Makes good music, made better music. Nobody cared.
She didn't even know.
Never forgive Little Mama for that whole situation that went down.
Of course. Listen, to this day, I truly never knew she was even on the stage. That's the craziest part of the whole thing for me. I was on that stage. Jay was in the middle. She was on the other side of Jay, and I never saw her. Never.
Now, did Jay-Z actually blackball her from the music industry? Well, we'll never really be able to prove that. It's more likely that the fans were just unfairly brutal towards her. They didn't care about what new creative projects she was working on. They just wanted to keep making fun of her for a mistake she made at age 19. All of her music afterwards fell on deaf ears. She didn't stop creating, but was never able to build up the confidence to release another album since she felt the world hated her. Now, I'll be honest, none of her...
Guys, I don't think it's a mistake. I think it's a series of mistakes that are all thought up preemptively. And a mistake this big says a lot about somebody, because it takes a lot of parts of you that are that's what I think. It's a lot of things around it. Guys, it's like saying, oh, dude, Will Smith made a mistake by slapping him. Wrong. That's just so incorrect. There is so many parts of yourself that have to be clunky and broken for you to allow yourself to do that. It's a big part of who you are to do all of that shit. Sorry, it's not one mistake. I don't see it like that.
Her music was really...
Because it's like saying, oh, cheating is a mistake. It's not just a mistake. There's a lot that comes down to it, dude.
Really that good. But she did transition into acting in the 2010s, where she has seen more success. Her performance as Lisa Left Eye Lopez in the TLC biopic Crazy Sexy Cool received critical acclaim. This was also the highest viewed television film of 2013. From there, she even began doing performances with TLC doing Left Eye's verses. For the past few years, she has been landing very consistent acting roles and has proved herself worthy of the big screen. Although her Instagram @ is still Lil Mama, it seems like she will be distancing herself from that alias soon, identifying as her real name, Niatia Kirkland. Now at just 34 years young, she has plenty of time and talent to rewrite her narrative.
This fucking brother. Shit.
That's what you get. That's what you get, man.
Weird. Actually, just weird.
Not
just weird.
That's what you get. That's what you get. That's what he deserves.